and rolling, good to go. Welcome in, people. Hope everyone's doing good. Managed to at least relax a bit, perhaps, after the GoFest Global weekend. Hope we're doing good. And, yeah, it's Tentacool tonight. It's the last spot hour of August, the last spot hour of this season, the hidden gem season, before we get into the good old Gen 9 stuff. I'm interested to see what's going to come in September. I'm hoping it drops tonight. I'm going to keep my iPhone at the ready in case the news does drop at 6, or if it drops at 9 while we're recording the podcast again tonight for what feels like the first time in months. But good old, look at the quality of that. I hope the quality picks up. Good to see peeps. Mod Squad in the house. Sammy, Charlie, Lucy, Dwayne, good to see you, mate. JK, love to see you popping in, and Batman of Texas too, and see you, welcome to the stream too. So Tentacool, I think I actually got my last one when I was at New York Go Fest. You may remember, if you were on that live stream, we were in New York, in the park, and I picked one up at, it was New York Go Fest in the Poison Swamp event, or Poison Swamp biome, should I say. Brandon Tech Guy, welcome in. Ray Collinson, Gruntacular, hey mate, lovely to see you. Hope all is good. So this wasn't an amazing shiny, but yeah, it is double transfer, normal candy, that is, for transferring your Pokemon tonight from 6 to 7 PM your local time. That may or may not benefit you personally. For me, if it was double XL, guaranteed chance to transfer XL candy, I would be very happy indeed. But Tentacool, we're going to start on 2,290 checks. Quite a few shinies. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not really going to go catching these. I don't have the space. I haven't recouped the resources lost from the Go Fest. So the plan is to shiny check for most of tonight, see what we can get. If we have word of a hundo, we'll go for it, of course. If there are some Yveltal raids or Xerneas raids, which there's one in 13 minutes on it, we might actually go do it, to be fair. It's just down, where is it? Down there. We may go and do that. Bustrow45 and Mike Griffin, welcome into the stream. And Ghost Wolf too. How are we all doing off the back of Global Go Fest? There is 6 PM. It's just cycled round. If it ever decides to swap over. I'm not even that inclined to drop an incense. I have to be honest. There are the Tentacool. Oh, and there we go. Okay, so they're teasing another video. So that's the, if you see there, they're teasing the video of Fuecoco's mid-stage evolution. So I think the teasers will keep coming until maybe another 3 hours, and it might be the news. So let's see. We did get a shiny quite recently in New York. Let's see if we pick one up tonight, shall we? We won't bother with incense. I don't think many other people are going to be out tonight for this one. It's fine. It's a chill one. Had a banger of a Go Fest this weekend. Good to hear, Ghost Wolf. What was your favourite catch? Actually, everybody answer this question if you fancy it. What was your favourite catch from your Go Fest weekend? Even if you didn't have the ticket. And a lot of people in the comments, which was really cool to see, getting shinies even though they didn't have the ticket, which was lovely to see. What was this? Pokemon Go Hub have just said, it's Paldia, we get it. Just released the damn info. I agree, honestly. It's one thing to drag it out, but I really hope they drop the news tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be a real problem recording the podcast. Because it's basically new season, we have to see. Ray Collinson, Goomy for damn sure. 96 shiny Goomy for Dwayne on that Go Fest. Ross Heaps, welcome into the stream. Hope we're good. Bolo Scar, welcome to the stream as well. I got one shiny Lickitung, which is my favourite Pokemon. Nice, so congrats on getting that shiny. Has the game... No, it hasn't frozen on me. Okay, I thought it had. But we have a remote invite. I'm not sure I'm going to remote into an English raid. I've got to be honest. I'm not doing too good on the old Pokecoins at the moment. On the back of the Go Fest raids. I still need to recoup a lot of the losses. So we're going to be spinning some stops, having a bit of a fun chat. And see how we do. Favourite catch was the Shundo Remoraid. Yo. Okay, that's pretty lit. Is that a wild? That's got to be a wild Shundo. Was that on Saturday or Sunday? Was that in the specific biomes, or was that in the general mix of Sunday? Because that's pretty mega. Shundo Pika Pink Crown. God damn. I wish I was good at the game and picked up a Shundo on the Go Fest weekend, like a lot of people. Best catch was a Goku Bad. Ooh, weather boosted shiny Sandshrew. Goku Bad's always a good laugh, so congrats on that. 93 shiny Joltik. That's a good pull. That is a really good pull.
It will make your life easier.
My Floof, a very good evening to you. Hope you're doing good. We're just getting people's feedback. What was their favourite catch from their Go Fest weekend? Cicatrix, my man, how are you doing? We're doing good. We're going to take this one very, very chilled, which is needed after the weekend of Go Fest. How do things go for you for the Go Fest, mate? Did you get a bunch of new shinies and things? I was very pleased to pick up basically one of every single shiny. One of every shiny at least, but getting the shiny Gumi family done with the few... Well, I worked out I did in total to get all the shinies, and I did quite a few wild shiny checks as well. I think I only did about 70 or 80 70 or 80 raids to get what were 3 Gumi, compared to 270 for Axew last year. So that's quite a turnaround on the ratio, that's for sure. Okay, I don't think they're going to release the info just yet. I think it'll be 9 PM, which might mean it's a little bit of a late podcast recording. We're lucky friends, buddy. I did see that. Did it pop up to this morning or last night? I saw that happen, dude. What do you want to swap? What would you like to swap? LucySilver, good evening. Seham, oh my gosh, Shundo, I unknown. That's nuts. That's insane, because that's proper full odds. The unknowns were not shiny boosted on the Go Fest weekend, so you picking that up off of your incense is actually mental. That's actually mad. Oh, a tiny one. We will actually catch a tiny Tentacool, just for the sake of the Pokedex, why not? Or maybe we won't. What? Why? Yeah, they just did a teaser for Fuecoco. It's not for Fuecoco. Why can I not say it now suddenly? Fuecoco. It's the mid stage. I forget the name of it, but the middle stage of Fuecoco. That's the teaser they've just put out. So they've been doing the mid stage teasers for like some of the evolutions, because they did I think the final form of Quaxly. I forget what it's called. I was not a fan of Quaxly at all. Quaxly, sorry. Gen 9 starters, I would probably pick for Coco, but I know in Pokemon Go it's going to be absolutely useless. Doesn't matter really. I'm intrigued though to see what they do with the release of Generation 9, because if you scroll back to the last major release, was actually March of 2022 really, when they dropped Gen 7 for the first time, and they brought out a wild new shiny in Yungus with Gumshoes obviously as the evolution, and they put Rockruff in 1-star raids as shiny off the bat. So I have hope that they might do similar stuff for Gen 9, which would be really interesting to see what they could do. And then there are later unlocks through September. There are 2 proposed unlock events, aren't there? Enough of the teasers, yeah, I know, exactly. They've got to do some kind of PR, you know, drum up some interest, some hype. But at least if they're going to drop it tonight or tomorrow, it won't be like the nth hour. Like, they can't drop it on what would be September the 1st, the morning in APAC. It would be good if exclusive moves were actually decent. I just have a horrible suspicion that it won't be. Not to start with, anyway. waiting for Score Bunny. It's weird that they're going to drop Gen 9 stuff in the game before dropping the Gen 8 starters, but Pokemon Go is not on a linear pattern. It never really has been. That's why we've got like some Hisuians in the game. We had some of the Alolan stuff and Galar forms, etc. They really do their own. They're really just a sort of. Pokemon Go is like an extra platform to push the new stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the next wave of Elite Raids have the what they call the Paradox forms, the new Paradox legendary things for, what was it, Raikou that looks like a giraffe dinosaur, and then Cobalion as a robot. There's a lot of jellyfish. Maybe we make some disgusting sushi. JT, lovely to see you, dude. How are you feeling after the Go Fest weekend? Have you had a chance to breathe? Give a special welcome to JT Valor in the chat. They're really bad actually at putting stuff in game. Like the in-game push notifications are always really below par. They should do better. The rest has been nice. Oh, there's another tiny Tentacool. Yay! Tiny Tentacool. Let's see if it's going to be smaller than the other one. Fabulous. We got a bit more of a rest. It's quite a nice relaxing chill end to August until I think it's Friday. Friday's when new season, new generation stuff comes in. We get to see what's roughly proposed for September. Here we go. Oh, Ray Collinson, thank you very much for the super chat, dude. Beaconsfield services tonight. I just drove past there. Well, earlier today. And there are spawns. Spawns are usually okay at service stations, genuinely. We found that out when we did the Geodude Com Day last year. Even though we were somewhere on the French and Belgian motorway, there were still spawns. But yeah, appreciate the support on the stream. Thank you very much. Oh, another one. Is it the rain of tiny jellyfish? Is that what it is?
Don't you think, babes?
Okay, interesting. Give me a tiny hundo. That'd be fun. Does anybody still need the shiny Tentacool? I mean, if you do, really very best of luck in getting it tonight, if anything. Finally got the shiny Chungus through in Go Fest. Took way too long. Needed multiple events. You know, sometimes you need these exclusive events to come through in waves. So congrats, Path, on getting the shiny Snorlax. I assume it had the cowboy hat on it. The best version. Or would the sleeping Snorlax be the best version now, considering how rare it is? Yeah, that's shiny. Ghost War, strange enough, still need one. Interesting. I don't know whether I'm spoiled here in the UK because rainy weather, etc. We also had Liverpool Safari Zone twice, where it was featured heavily. And it feels like every other day, there's a Tentacool there. So for me, it's sort of like, meh. But I can imagine if you're in a different style of biome, different weather format, it might be a bit more of a rare spawn. Snorlax will be back in various events, I'm confident of that. Costumed or not costumed. But it will be back. I probably expect it actually to be, if they're going to do the research breakthroughs for the next month, like they have done for the last couple of seasons with a multiple selection of Pokemon in the pool, Snorlax might be featured in this next season. Something tells me that. Because obviously now Goomy can be shiny. They've got to think of another one that can't be shiny that has to go into the pool of 6. So, it'll be interesting to see. What is this? Was it the season of something adventures drone on? I don't know. Use this spot out to transfer 1700 plus Pokemon from GoFest, get 2 tons transfer candy instead. That is fair enough. I mean, it's finally the right bonus coinciding with the right time frame. Usually they put the transfer bonus like either just before a community day or like way too far after all of the major events, so you've had to transfer everything anyway. But I've got to be honest, the normal candy for the mons that are featured just don't need it. So it's like, if they did double XL, like guaranteed XL transfers, I'd 100% be down. That would be a very different story. But they're very stingy. They've only ever done like one guaranteed massive XL boost, and that was Shink's Community Day, the tail end of 2021, wasn't it? And that was like 3 times boost on transferring XLs. That was nice, but they haven't done it in like nearly 2 years. Yeah, Paraspolare was a very, very good Spolare for damn sure. Very good Spolare. I enjoyed that one, even if it was drizzling and we were in Regent's Park where the signal was a bit sketchy. Harry boy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us on what is an incredibly relaxed Spolare shiny checky stuff. I think we caught the grand total of 3. Yeah, if you are new here, I would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. I'm trying to push for 20,000 subs before 2023 is done. And we've still got more content to come from New York. And then we've got the whole new season to get on into. So I'd say that now's a pretty good time to hit the subscribe button. There's a lot of good stuff on the channel already. I'd appreciate your help on that. More Tentacool. I'm waiting to see the XXL one pop up. Do you know what I should actually be doing? I should be doing a route. A route would actually be a good use of my time. The Spolare's a bit dead. Always put a route on. We will work our way around and get to the beginning of a route. I think would be a good call. Adam, good to hear from you in the chat, dude. Couldn't be bothered to get off the sofa for this one. I have the understanding that's probably most people's view of Tentacool Spolare, just because I mean, it's Tentacool. I know some people, well, I heard, should I say, some people use Tentacool in PvP, maybe as a spice pick for certain things, but I don't care about none of that. unless I get a Shundo off it, I just don't care for this mon. So it's shiny checking all the way for this thing. Not even burning an incense on this one tonight. And if you haven't done so already, I would... Oh, that's all my spawns disappear. Good timing. If you haven't gone and dropped the Incensed podcast a download or a listen, do so. Because over the Global Go Fest weekend, we dropped our very first ever live recorded show. We recorded it live on a bench in Brockwell Park over the course of London Go Fest at the beginning of August. And it's a very, very fun listen, so definitely go and drop that a download. You can find it in the description of this live stream, the Incensed podcast handle, or just there in the chat. Thank you, Dwayne, for calling up the tag. Cicatrix. My friend got a random Shundo Spinnerack during GoFest weekend. Good for them, god damn. Well, the Spinnerack was in the biome, so made sense, but if it was random, maybe it was an incense, or maybe it was a lured in spawn, who knows. But big congrats to them. Any Shundo over the course of GoFest is lit. For real. Brian, thank you for the downloads on the podcast. Appreciate the support. And that goes for all 4 of the podcast crew. Okay, we're coming up to the route start. Let's go with the good old intermediate loop. And let's hit the follow. And we'll begin working on maybe doing our Zygarde cell trick. There we go, route has started. Oh, my apologies, I didn't have a chance to update Nightbot today. There was a lot of stuff going on, unfortunately. Let me see if I can log on quickly. To remove that untimely information from your screens. What is it? Timers. Live stream timers. I've still not fixed all the settings on this phone since we reset it, so it still gives you damn sound effects and things. Stupid Android. Jeez. And turn it off. There we go. Now we should be good to go. You shouldn't be being prompted with live streams from 2-3 days ago. Sam O'Donnell, Charmander Comday sucks for the 3rd time. Yeah, that was my reaction too. I know that not everybody, for some reason, somehow, when they were playing, has shiny Charmander, which is fine. Although the silver lining to this situation is that now it's got a Comday Classic. It is in and out the window. It's in the bin and out the window, finally. Much like the possibility of Squirtle coming around again. It's definitely done. It's 100% done. So we'll get this damn Charmander Classic out of the way, and then we won't hear from it again. Because honestly, I saw that and I was like, okay, so what we're doing Saturday is we're jumping in a car and going to chase hundos. That's what we're going to do. Seriously, there's nothing else interesting about Charmander whatsoever for me. So, congrats on getting the shiny Tentacool. Fantastic. Ooh, my first 12k hatch in I don't know how long. Too long. It's a non-shiny Scraggy. How timely is that? Also dead, but it's from New Jersey. So fantastic. Just put that in the bin and carry on. Wishful thinking, field research for Charmander gets the costumes and trigger the old player base. It's very unlikely just because of the fact that it's the Comday Classic. The only addition, like we won't get the epic raids at the end of this Comday Classic because it's a Comday Classic. You won't have those raids, so it's going to be 3 hours done and dusted. Really, at least it's got the current bonuses of like you can chase XLs easily. You'll get the. I wonder which move, or whether you're going to get both moves, because it had Dragon Claw and Blast Burn. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to deal with that Comday Classic, because each Comday it had different moves. Lusharky, welcome into the stream. My Floof, hey, big congrats on hatching that shiny Munchlax. Oh, very nice indeed. Gotta love a random egg hatch shiny. For sure, so big congrats. But yeah, I think Charmander Comday Classic, you know, you'll get the ticketed research though, which will be Charmander Community Day Classic on the title. And that'll be it. It will be nothing spectacular, but it will be a chance for those who've missed. Because don't forget, the Charmander's second Community Day is almost 3 years old itself. That's the thing. So 3 years is a long time. It was when COVID was still very, very active. Yeah, but for me personally, I can very much just let this Charmander Comday Classic pass on by. It will be very relaxed. Just be in the car checking. It's shundo or nothing at this point. I have actually, jokes aside, I have from a previous, or the 2020 community, I have the 0% Nundo shiny level 1 Charmander Charizard. So I've got that end of the scale. I need the shundo to complete the duo. Any Community Day move, bus driver asking about Dragon Claw and Dragon Breath as elite fast move. Any Community Day move will be an elite TM mon. We'll have to elite TM it onto the mon, should we say. But I forget honestly what it was. Let me see. I'll have to check the Schnundo. Where's my 0% tag? The zeros. Let's go back here. This was from the last Charmander Community Day, before they even gave you tags. So I think it got a job. I think it got Dragon. You know, Dwayne is right. I think it was Dragon Breath as the fast move. So technically, if you evolve your Charmander up to Charizard during this Comday Classic, and they do both moves, you'll get the fast and the charged, which is okay. Well, there you go. That's one of my pride and joys. Thank you, mods, for dealing with that. I'm not quite sure why they were continually spamming. You had been warned, Orbital Beast. You've been told by the moderators many times to quit the spamming. Repeated spamming in chat will earn a timeout. It's not fun for anybody partaking in the stream. And the only reason it's not powered up to level 50 like the Schnundo Haxorus we got on the Community Day this year is the fact that it was level 1. It's still level 1. The fact it's a level 1 Schnundo, it's like, do you know what, I've got to keep that as a level 1 as it is. Because then when you Mega Evolve it, it becomes like a 53 CP Mega Charizard Y. shiny. You know, that's funky. I'll have that. Any fun raids? No, no fun raids. Boo. Martyn Younger, good evening to you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good rest up after the Global Go Fest. Ended up with 54 shinies. Not too shabby over the course of the weekend. 11 Pikachu, 2 of the Weshi Shalosh. Oh, 2 of each? Nice. Or was that just one? 1 EC, Joltik, 5 Gumi. Wow, lucky trade 1 for Pancham. Definitely a worthy trade, I would say. 2 Snorlax, 3 Pawniard, and 3 Fomantis. And all others. All the others were not notable. That's a smashing pull. Sampling and shiny Orangaroo, very nice. 2 shiny Joltik. Ooh, and hatched 1. Got a blue Shellos as well, nice. Joltik, I'm glad I got 1, but I would have loved a second Joltik, and I think I'm going to have to trade for it, to be honest. CeeCeeismad, good evening to you, welcome in. All is well, hope your Go Fest was good and successful. Able to relax after it. Couldn't get the Orangaroo. So that was weird, because here it seemed like Joltik just didn't spawn. Joltik was the one. Also the Shellos weren't very common either. So the Joltik and the Shellos weren't common, but because of the weird switching weather conditions, Orangaroo was reasonably present in its biome. And also in the general spawns on Sunday. And Gumi wasn't too bad. It wasn't, I would say Gumi was more present than Joltik, to be honest. Gotta say. But at least one of them is in raids. Mufti, hey, good to see you, dude. How are you doing tonight, this evening? And Idle, welcome to the stream as well. Hope you're both good. I was just sort of asking people through the course of this stream. We're halfway through the spotlight hour. No shiny, but we've had a couple of XXLs. Or XXS's, no way around. Not chasing candy, just seeing if we pick up a shiny. Not even bothering to put down incense for this one. Just gonna say, let me know what you think your best catch of the Global Go Fest was. What was your best pick? Colin, thank you very much for the good luck. Enjoy Spain. I should be out there for Barcelona City Safari in mid-October, and subsequently what is going to be October's Community Day, the 15th. So that's going to be a very video heavy trip. I better hope wherever we end up staying has got very good Wi-Fi. Genuinely, because it's the normal Community Day for October, and it's proposed to be a potential certain fighting type that might have been popping off of your incense for look, I spy an Italian who's trying to ambush me. Are you going to ambush me with spaghetti? Good to see you, man.
I'm all late.
You're only 32 minutes out.
Yeah, they closed down the Island Broad.
Really? What, the
So I have to
station
go
or the area?
Completely. Yeah.
I wonder what was going on.
So I have to leave our stealing and walk here.
Get some steps in, I guess.
Oh yeah. Any luck with shiny?
Nah, but I got one in New York, so I'm not expecting to get a shiny tonight, people. That's one thing to say. Really not expecting it.
Never?
No, I never say never. We got one on a live stream from Randall's Island, so that's where my shiny Tentacool luck went. Thank you all for welcoming in the Italian to the IRL session. Osmo Lionheart, good to see you. Every shiny I got at Go Fest was good. Good for me after being 18 months off the game. Nice. It was a good way to recap quite a few shinies that were released over the course of the year, actually, like for Mantis and a couple of others. Yeah, a good catch up, I guess. What's the rocket? Yeah. Yeah. Congrats on getting the shiny Tentacool tonight. Harry boy, well done. Smashing. Don't forget, if you do pull in a shiny on one of these spotlight hours, they're normal odds. They're full odds. They're not like a community day where the shiny rate is boosted. So if you do pull in a shiny on the spotlight hour, it's actually quite good. It's good luck, for sure. Still the 1 in 500 ratio on these things. You're getting plenty of congratulations for your Shundo Gumi.
Thank you so much. Very lucky.
It's definitely a big part of the weekend, a big moment of the weekend.
And try to best budget.
That's going to be a long road, for sure. If you are in here, actually, don't forget we're going to be live streaming what will be Veltal Raid Hour tomorrow, roughly the same time, and might play a little game of, I don't know, if it's not a hundo or shiny, don't catch it or something. Just like, as you saw in New York, I got my 7th hundo Veltal with the catch background, and I've got the shundo of it already, so it's like it has to be a shundo or nothing at this point.
Shundo or bust.
Shundo or bust. It's the same for the Comday Classic this weekend. I watched when you watched the video, and I watched it without sound to start with, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it could be Cyndaquil, maybe it could be something else, maybe they'll do Torchic. And then you watch the video that they put on social media with sound, and you hear Charmander's cry, and you're like, oh, brilliant, brilliant, fantastic. I am not exactly enthused about that, but as I said earlier in the stream, at least it gets it out of the way and ticked off of the Comday Classic list forever. They'll never come back to Charmander, thankfully, until they do classics. Comday blast from the past. Welcome to Charmander 50.
I want to see if they're giving another move at this point.
No, they won't. They'll do both.
I know.
They'll do both. Blast Burn and Dragon Claw. Not Dragon Claw, Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath. So it'll be alright. It'll be a double Comday, moveset, which is okay, but Jesus. Classic Plus, yes. It'll be a Classic Plus. I think Beldum will be next year. I think they'll hang on to Beldum, because we kind of had a pseudo-legendary already with Larvitar, right at the beginning of the year. And then people got that, they stocked up on the XLs, and then they dropped much later in the year Mega Tyranitar. So people were ready for it. I think they'll do Beldum early next year on a Comday Classic, and then the Mega will drop in the summer or so. Because Mega Metagross is going to be absolutely monstrous. That will completely reshape the Steel type meta like nothing else. Brady J Dog Gaming, thank you very much for hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate you joining me on the journey to hopefully 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Fingers are crossed that we can achieve that, but I do need your help and support, everybody. And yeah, there we go. I did see your tweet earlier, actually, well, not tweet, post as they are now, Mouth Floof, saying that basically, if you weren't around in 2020, I was saying it's basically almost 3 years since Charmander Comday 2 happened. So quite a lot of people who joined the game after that won't have an opportunity to stock up on Charmander XLs or whatever, or good IV potentially. It was featured in London Go Fest spawns, but not very heavily. So that's what I'm saying. It's quite good to tick it off. Everybody can have another go at it if they wish. It's a Comday Classic, Doesn't matter too much. What we're going with? Reshi Ram.
There you go.
It's a grass grunt. I want to see if it's a Trico or not. I need to find my best ice mons, which would be probably this Shadow Mammoth one, even though it has Mud Slap. Let's gloss over that. What's my buddy at the moment? Is it Yveltal? It is Yveltal. Not like giving it a whatever, but hey, let's give this a go. Pass the time between now and when we need to pause the route. Oh no, it's count. Yeah, no, this thing can die. So, no. I was thinking earlier today about what do I want from the next season, and aside from like some good events and some interesting releases and things like that, some good stuff, I really want the field research tasks to be better. Like the quest drops from Pokestops in the last season, particularly the month of August, have been appalling. It feels like every other task, no matter what it is, gave you Onyx. And everything, all the other researches were boring and stuff. Like there was no drive to go and find research tasks for certain Pokemon. Like back in the day when Gibble was in tasks in 2021 or 2020, we grinded those things. Like, let's go and find them all, let's go. No drive to check field research tasks. So, wouldn't mind some shots at Shundo Zard. My thinking exactly, CeeCeeismad. Shundo Charizard or bust. That's literally it. Just heard there was a, oh dear, stabbing and Ealing Broadway.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me.
That's
Unfortunately, that's London for you.
helicopter
But
as well on Evan Green.
really,
Yeah.
I heard no helicopter from here. Oh dear. Well, hopefully they don't make their way over here. What we need to do, folks, we're going to do our little pause the route trick to see if we can
Good luck.
see if we can get that Zygarde cell, because we haven't seen one over the course of the whole route. It's my first route of the day, and I'm going to call it. It spawns right next to that Tentacool that's not facing us. The one that's facing to the right is where it's going to probably appear, if it appears. Wait for it to appear. If it doesn't appear, it's going to look very bad.
We need to go back, refuel, and then reinforce.
Yeah. Okay, it's not looking like it's going to spawn in. Okay, I don't think it's spawning in. Damn. That's annoying. Oh, well, back down the route we go to resume. Any luck yet? Nah. No shiny luck, unfortunately. Not overly concerned about no shiny tonight, because it's Tentacool at the end of the day. For me, it's not a big deal. Can we resume route? And then try and pause route again. Oh, look at that. We've broken the game. Ah, I love that. We paused the route just as it finished, and now we've got the overlay bust. Fantastic. Never had a shiny Onyx over 300 checks. Ooh, ouch. That is very stupid RNG. Sorry to hear that. Keep checking. It's one of these mons that they say is perma boosted, and it is permanently boosted, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's perma boosted on your own account. When I have terrible luck with Sneasel, Sneasel is apparently a 1 in 64, and I never seem to get the shiny of it. I broke the game.
Yeah?
So I hit pause
Yeah.
again, just as it completed the route. So I've now got the paused route thing, even though I've completed it.
Nice.
So I'm going to keep walking and see what happens.
We need to do another one.
Yeah. Shall we do the golden lure loop?
Yeah, I can do that.
This is the quick loop of Ealing. So follow this one. There we go. See, it's cleared. Easy. Given how
I don't have the game open.
that would help, given the given the last 2 or 3 seasons worth of community days and events and classics have been leaked and have then turned out to be true, the sources that have been posting bits and pieces, although I would say I don't think I saw anybody calling the first Com Day Classic correctly. There were a lot of people predicting the one at the end of November being a certain Johto sheep, but I don't know if I saw anybody predict. A lot of people were saying like Com Day Classic in September was going to be either routes or something else. It was floating around, nobody could work it out. And then they put out a teaser for Charmander. So, we will see what comes to fruition. I'm sure they'll announce the dates and things of all of the season, but then they'll give us just September, like main events and all that sort of jazz.
Probably not today.
No. Well, I think 9 PM tonight they could do. 9 PM tonight, I wouldn't be surprised when they drop major event news, things like that. Doesn't seem to always trigger a sell, I will say that. Sometimes you're not necessarily going to get a sell from a route. Also, restarting the game on this device is a complete pain because I've got the chat up and all of that. So, when I was working this out earlier, they've ticked off a lot of the 2018 Mons for the Com Day Classics. The only ones from 2018 that remain are Eevee, Chikorita, Beldum, and Cyndaquil. There's only 4 from 2018 remaining, because all the other ones, you know, Larvitar, all the Gen 1 starters, Dratini have had the Com Day Classic now. If it is going to be a Timber Community Day in October, I think was what was suggested, it'll be one of the few opportunities you can get yourself a low level PvP stat Timber for Conkeldurr, which would be interesting, because usually it's been raid and egg locked and you'd have to trade for it, but then even then the level's too high if you evolve Conkeldurr to get it into lower leagues, I think. So it could be quite interesting. We'll see. I like the XL Candy Grind. Timber is a firm favourite of mine, as is Conkeldurr. I remember grinding them when they came into the raids for the first time, chasing 100%ers, lucky or trading all of them constantly. It was like we chased Timber in level 1 raids for years, all the time, trading them, etc. When there was a bad legendary raid boss, it was like, right, let's go Timber raid grinding. It was good fun. Heard that if you get 3 route specific Mons you won't get a sell. That is true, I saw that as well. So on routes you're supposed to get 3 things spawn, and it could be 3 Pokemon or 2 Pokemon on a cell, and you have to hope that one of the slots is going to be a cell. I personally haven't really been checking if Mons have been coming off of the route at all, so
I think it's like this one. No.
It usually comes up with a little route symbol next to the Pokemon. Like for example, I don't know if that one, because it's on the route, had it. No, see, that one didn't have it at all. I don't know what's been going on. Like the level 1 raid bosses used to be fun little shiny chasers. Like Rockruff hasn't been in level 1s for ages at all. So now there's like, oh, 10Ks. Cool, 3 10Ks, random, let's see. And that's my Adventure Sync one. Could have been blue. And the final one, these are random eggs.
Hello.
Yay. Like who's going to go and raid a Sandshrew in a level 1? Chug through my IVs, there we go, jeez. 96 your mask. Ugh. So throw them all away. And yeah, it's sad that guaranteed trade XLs will be gone for next season as well. It is the best perk, definitely. So get your trades in, folks, before the end of the season. before September the 1st comes around, because the best bonus in the game will be gone. Guaranteed trade XL candy for, I think it's level 31s and above. It's fantastic. Otherwise you need to have over 100 kilometers between your 2 Pokemon catches that you're trading for it to be a guaranteed XL candy. Which is okay if you're doing 7 kilometer regs from a distance, but otherwise normal mons, 100k is quite far for the regular player. Natty Fist, welcome into the stream. Hope you're good. Kim DeBruiser got a little cup shiny Venusaur. Nice. That's quite an interesting flex, I've got to be honest. Although I know Little Cup was recently at some point, but it passed me by, like all of the PvP stuff these days. It's just one of those things that does not interest me even in the slightest. And at least now there's always some things going on in the game in the main way, like catches, events, raids, things to do, and other things I can do content with. I don't have to fret about doing PvP. We will find out when there's going to be a battle day for the next season, but am I concerned about it? Probably not. Right, now let's pause the route again and see if it's going to give us a Zygarde cell. We've got 10 minutes left of Spol hour. Let's see, the roots always spawn here in Ealing. They always give you the Zygarde cell around that area there. Well, there's 3 tentacle. There you go, see? I told you, literally exactly where I was tapping. Zygarde cell. They always appear at the end of the route here. I don't know why, but they're there. See that? Sandwiched in between the tentacles. Boom! A Zygarde cell. Fantastic. Now we backtrack a little bit. I think you have to be 35 meters away from where the route was paused. Or maybe not. Maybe it's 45 now. Did you not pause?
I paused it and it glitched.
Oh dear. And there's the autocomplete. Lovely.
So it didn't give me the screen without completion.
Oh, it didn't, did it?
Completely squid the...
Some Ultra Balls, I'll take those. Thanks, game.
It's still glitchy.
It is very glitched. Again, it's one of those features that, although I have to be honest, over the course of the Go Fest, I was really expecting a bigger play from the routes, given how heavily pushed it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether they didn't include it in the Go Fest more because of the fact it was so broken and not available for a lot of people, things like that. So who knows? But I really thought that the route system would make a bigger play in the Go Fest. The only time it featured was in the city research for both London, Osaka and New York. And in the city research that wasn't even massively worthwhile. It literally just gave you a bunch of items. It was like, follow a route. The today research. It wasn't even part of the special. Any shiny tentacles? Sadly not. Sadly no shiny tentacles. We know how many encounters we started on and we'll be checking at the end, but I've just been shiny checking. I'm trying to save resources tonight. The Go Plus Plus will be spinning stops while we record the podcast, or maybe not because it bloody vibrates constantly. So
the phone today
I'll have to put it on a pillow to stop it vibrating like a crazy thing. Maybe plus surgery. I think it's needed. Stop the damn thing vibrating. The lights I can kind of live with. Also, when September comes in, it means it's going to slowly start getting darker, and we'll soon be back to doing Spol hour in the dark. Not looking forward to it. We'll never say never. We've got like just under 8 minutes to go. The Spol hour. We could pull in a random shiny at the last minute. But I'll be interested to see what and if there's going to be a new shiny for Gen 9. There was for Gen 7. Gen 9 should hopefully follow suit. Give us something to raid in level 1s. Special, I think there'll be a special research for the whole season, because there was in 2021 for Hooper, and then there was in 2022 for something else. I forget what it was. It was something that was really, really dull, and they took way too long making you do it. I think there were like 3 stages, and it was 1 stage per month. I forget what it was even meant to be. Hoping for shiny Lechonk in raids. That'd be a fun grind. That'd be a fun grind. Make Lechonk like a raid and egg exclusive. Even though it's supposedly was it a common one in Gen 9?
Yeah.
It's a common thing, so let's see, shall we?
Is that the spider? I don't remember the name.
Yeah, the tarantula, whatever it is. Nimble or something, isn't it? The cricket.
Cricket as well, yeah.
Half my bag is dead after Kyogre raids. They need the they have to up revive drop rate. I think the revive drop rate wasn't so good from the primals, but if you get back into doing tier 5s, they should be okay. I certainly saw that after doing all the primals over the course of the weekend, my golden Raz count went from single digits up to triple digits, thankfully. So the golden Raz rate drop was good. Let's go research. Yes, that was it. It was so insignificant, I forgot what it was. So yes, it was the Cosmog. It was Cosmog's first release, wasn't it? Because in September last year, I was doing my big road trip across Europe, and I got my Cosmog up a German mountain, Zugspitz. So, yep, it was Cosmog's first release, and the whole thing with, yeah, all of the Alola bits and pieces and the Ultra Beasts. We were all thinking like, oh my god, what are we going to do with this? And literally it was just like, stage 1, catch your Cosmog. Stage 2, evolve your Cosmog. Stage 3, do something else. And I think I actually sat on that research and never evolved my Cosmog. I refused to do it, so I never completed it until the season was done. And I'm very glad I waited. Because then they gave us 2 new Cosmogs. Later, much later, sometime this year. Dwayne, you've got time. Dwayne, you've got time for the double candy transfer. Just do your big search string. Oh, there's a tiny Tentacool again. It's the 4th tiny Tentacool of this.
Normal candy.
Whatever. That's what I was saying. Is if it was XL candy transfer perks, then I'd be down. But otherwise, do I really need Shellos candy? No, not really. I'll quite happily just shiny check the Tentacools and crack on with my evening. Probably grab some quick dinner and actually look at the podcast show notes, which I haven't done yet. But this week's show is going to be interesting. It's a big review show of actually it's going to be a Mountain Monster show actually, because we'll have New York review, global review, and then new season info. It's going to be a very news heavy, chat heavy show, I think. We'll definitely squeeze in a game though. When will we have XXS showcases? I think there should be 2 showcases per Pokestop. One for XXLs, one for XXSs.
Yeah.
On one location. So you have like, you can enter 2 into a Pokestop showcase and say like, hey, we're going for, you know, the tiny one or the large one. Let's see. Let's see. More Shadow Legends and Deoxys. Well, we're going to hopefully get a new Shadow Tier 5 for the whole 3 months. It will be either Zapdos or Moltres. I'm going to say it's going to be Zapdos first, which is okay. Shadow Zapdos is actually usable to some extent as an electric type. I've got a 96er. I wouldn't mind raiding for the Shadow Shiny of it. Yeah. It'll be possibly one of the worst. But the slightly different coloured orange and etc. will be interesting with the purple aura. So 3 months of a Shadow Shiny means that it's not really a big draw to go straight out on the weekends and raid it, which is nice. All that. We'll have to see what else pops up. The fact that it's coming up to nearly a year since they teased the other Ultra Beasts, Puipol or whatever it's called, and Bucephalon. All those ones they did like the little found footage things that were really interesting. in November.
And
And,
they didn't do anything.
and they haven't done anything with them. So I'm like, where's the extra
They
Ultra
also
Beasts?
teased Necrozma as well.
Yeah, Necrozma was teased in November of last year. Where be that? But they're being pushed by the Pokemon Company to do Gen 9.
Yeah.
So forget Gen 7, forget Gen 8, get Gen 9 out there. So I think we'll see Elite Raids back with Paradoxmons. We'll have probably a raid day for a Paradoxmon or something like that. Give us... What's the one that you use in all your raids? The Hariyama. Iron Hands. It's like the future version of Hariyama.
Yeah, it's super powerful.
Which is mental. But I would love, like, my favourite Paradox form of the modern stuff is probably the Valiant. That's the Gardevoir Gallade duo thing. That looks sick. So that would be quite cool.
So Iron Hands and Iron Valiant.
Yeah, I know there's Iron Thorns, which is T-Tar. And the funny one, Iron Bundle, which is Delibird's robot future evolution, is quite cool. So it's fun.
I saw a meme of with the Raikou.
Cicatrix, I think you're right. We'll probably get the Ultra Beasts that are already in the game shiny first before the other Ultra Beasts. Which it brings up another point about last season. Shiny Nihilego was just thrown in the random mix there for no reason.
Yeah.
They were just like, Shiny Nihilego, let's go. Let's have that there.
The Ultra Beast shinies are
Do you know what? I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to finish up this Spolair with a Yveltal remote raid. Why not?
From?
Ms. Moles. From another part of the south coast.
I saw someone from the local players got a Shando this morning.
Shundo.
Yeah.
Oh, Yveltal, sick. Good going on them. Who remembers a couple of years back when a handful of Pokemon Core had different animations once called? Yes, I do remember that, Adam, because it was EV Day in 2021.
Yes. Yeah.
If you go back and watch, actually that video is pretty good because we get 2 Shundos over the course of a weekend. But EV Day in August of 2021, Eevee had a little joyous animation when you encountered it, and it was kind of Gen 1 Pokemon. Gen 1 Pokemon had an extra animation that when you encountered it, they kind of did an extra action before you properly got to catch them. And it wasn't their catch animation, it was, you know, kind of like an extra thing, and then they just sort of took it out 2 weeks later and never talked about it again. So you know what? I'm going to go and sit down. Because Spot Hour's done now. So we're going to finish up this live stream with a Yveltal shiny check. I hope we can see the Hundo CP and it be shiny. That'll be nice. Because the Ultra Beasts, it was Nihilego first. Then they dropped, I think, the 3 different ones for the Go Fest. So we had Pheromosa was the Berlin Go Fest one, so that would make sense that Pheromosa would come out next. I think that goes as a kind of black shiny in a way, which looks cool. Then Buzzwole was kind of weird, it's like a red and green fruit salad mosquito. And Shiny Xurkitree is lit. It goes like sort of blue. Definitely a nice, it's not cobalt blue. Yeah, so it gets like kind of black leggings.
Yeah.
Interesting. As if you'd need another Shundo Yveltal. Yeah, I know, exactly right. Let's see though. It's the no, 2658. Not good at all, unfortunately, but hey. Yeah, Guzzlord turns red, and I would say more of a gingery orange. But the good shinies, the Ultra Beasts. But it would make sense for those. Then it was Katana and Celesteela were regionals by Hemisphere. And then it was Guzzlord. Not a Bacon Bird, unfortunately. What a shame. So we'll catch this and wrap up the stream, I think, on this one. Xerneas is the one I need. If I can get the X and Y duo Shundo done, that would be jokes. But yeah, when it comes to... My only worry is because they made Pheromosa, Buzzwole and Xurkitree regional locks. They were locks in the 3 different regions. And if they do that, there's a catch and a bad throw. If they do that again with 5 remote raid limit, good luck getting the shiny. Good luck getting the shiny of them. Oh my days, I'd hope they need to be in raids for like a month. But there was a very bad Yveltal, which was caught just after the candy bonus was finished. So not a shiny Panseer, that's absolutely fine. So in total, we caught the grand total of 4 Tentacool. They were all extra small ones, which is good. So it's I have the platinum medal already. I saw quite a lot of people in the chat getting their shiny Tentacles, which is always lovely to see. We started on 2290 encounters, now at 2667, so some encounters. I'm not sure I can be bothered to do the maths, but it was a fairly chilled spot out, that's for sure. No extra XLs, but we have enough if we happen to get a Shundo for it. That's interesting. Now, the order of service remaining is tomorrow at about 5:40 PM BST. We'll be out live streaming the Veltal raid hour. Very much looking forward to that. It'll be really good fun to grind it. Hopefully we can get a good smattering of raids for it. And then we'll be live streaming the first hour of the Comday Classic on September the 2nd. So it'll be the usual sort of starting at 10 to 2. I'm assuming it's a 2 to 5 Comday because every other event has been a 2 to 5 event this year basically. So I expect it to be starting around 2 PM BST for the Comday Classic, which is very likely going to be Charmander, and we might just be in a car chasing reported 100%ers from the chat, from our little local group, which may mean scoping most of London, but that's absolutely fine. So all I have to say is thanks very much everybody who's tuned in. For some fresh subscribers here, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big up my mod squad for handling extra bits and pieces in the chat and helping things run much more smoothly. It really does make it much more pleasant to do. And of course thanks to the Patreon squad, who tomorrow should be getting a nice little update because I've got a new piece of kit coming. And sadly it's not a Fold 4 with 5G for America, but it's still very cool and it will up the quality of the vlogs. So I'll say do take care folks, have a good evening, and I'll see you all tomorrow.